Every Army Reserve Best Warrior competitor has a personal story about what it takes to compete. For 27-year-old Sergeant First Class Jason Manella of the 445th Civil Affairs Battalion, the beginning of his Army story is like something from the pages of a Hollywood war movie script.
March 20th of 2003, we invaded Iraq. I was 16 years old, and I wanted to join the Army. I showed up to the recruiter's office, and they told me I was too young. The day I turned 17, on my 17th birthday, I showed up in the recruiter's office, and I told them, like, all right, I'm 17 now.
As a young soldier, Manella participated in previous Best Warrior competitions and showed his seniors tenacious leadership potential, despite his youth.
He always had that baby face. He always looked like the young kid. When I first met him, he weighed maybe $1.25. But he always had a lot of heart, always asked a lot of the right questions. He's always worked really, really hard to be the best at whatever he does.
However, on his third deployment, an event caused Sergeant Manella to question his cherished future in the Army.
So the last deployment, we were in the province of Kandahar, operating in remote rural villages. Throughout the course of the tour, I had multiple IED blasts and concussions. I ended up spending a week in the TBI clinic.
During his time in the TBI clinic, Sergeant Manella found his own way to deal with the symptoms of his injuries.
It was overwhelming and frustrating. I'd wake up in the morning and I would forget something as simple as, did I take my multivitamin? People would give me, go see Sergeant so-and-so. I'd walk 5 feet away and be like, wait, who? And it was just, it was definitely, I think, probably a low point in my life.
Sergeant Manella used the challenge of the Best Warrior competition to regain his cognitive thought, memory, and eventually hope.
So the Best Warrior competition gave me hope by way of challenging me. When the enemy attacks start making us lose our will to fight, that's when they win. And I didn't want that. I didn't want to be beat. Rather than sitting there and building puzzles or playing games, I decided I'd just pick up the Army Study Guide and start seeing what I could remember. Being that I was at a lowered state of cognitive processes, I couldn't think straight. I was stuttering over words. I wasn't walking. I figured being able to challenge myself to improve all of those and compete, not only would I get over the condition I was in, but actually improve and better myself in my career.
Sergeant First Class Jason Manella's Army story reads like a Hollywood movie script. But in this story, there's a second beginning, and it starts with the journey to Best Warrior 2013.
I feel like not only did I recover, but I've improved myself, and now I'm better off than before.
Reporting for the Army Reserve at Fort McCoy, Wisconsin, I'm Army Sergeant Ivy Nicole Tanner.